Ross. I'm the director here at Rock County Historical Society, and I'd like to welcome you all to our campus tonight. I think Nathan ordered some beautiful weather for yet another great performance. This has been a really thrilling thing for us to be able to work with Nathan and his team to help have this happen every summer. So that big gratitude and thank you, Nathan. I really appreciate it.
Hi, everybody. We ready for some outdoor Shakespeare? My name's Nathan, and I want to welcome you to JPAC's production of Romeo and Juliet. It's hosted at the beautiful Rock County Historical Society campus. And I want to give a big thank you to RCHS and their team and volunteers for helping us produce Shakespeare for the 4th consecutive year. They've been an important partner that we have loved, and we have loved performing here. I also want to give a big thank you to the cast and the director Greg Wallendahl for his steady direction of this show and helping us develop this program for the community. Greg is an incredible director who's approached this with thoughtfulness and creativity, and we're lucky to have him on our team. Today's show is about 2.5 hours long. There's going to be about one 10 to 15 minute break. There's a bathroom right over there. Please know that we will announce intermission and then we will come back. The intermission won't be longer than 10 or 15 minutes because our sun is our light. And so we want to make sure we get through the entire thing. And I want to make sure that you see everything happen without fireworks happening in the back too. So a big thanks to Tallman who helped us with sound on this. They did a sponsorship a few years ago that helped make it so we can hear better out here, so big thank you to them. And I want to give a big thank you to our season-long sponsors at JPAC, including our diamond level sponsor, BMO Bank, our platinum level sponsors, Blaine Farm and Fleet, our gold level sponsors, Quick Trip, our silver level sponsors, Johnson Financial Services, Blackhawk Community Credit Union, Baker Tilly, Todd and Carrie Ann Buell, Northern Trust, United Arts Alliance, Tom and Lassie, and our bronze level sponsors, Tobin and Oakley Ryan, Mercy Hospital and Trauma Center, American Family Insurance, Colleen Frenzel, CDS, and Paulson Kimball. If we could give them all a round of applause, that'd be great. I always like to say this is what creative partnership looks like. RCHS does not charge us to be here on the campus. Make sure you support their efforts as well. A stronger community means stronger places like RCHS and JPAC. So thank you for supporting the arts, and without further ado, Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. And from forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their lives, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end could not remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage. The which, if you with patient ear attend, here that shall miss, our toils shall mend.
Strike quickly, being moved, but thou art not quickly moved to strike. A dog of the house of Montague moves me. To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou run'st away. A dog of that house shall move me to sand. I'll take the wall of any man or maid of Montague.
That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
'Tis true, and therefore women, being the weaker vessels, are ever thrust to the wall. Therefore I will push Montague's men from the wall, and thrust his women to the wall.
The quarrel is between our masters and us, their men.
'Tis all one. I will show myself a tyrant. When I fought with all the men, I will be civil with the maids. I will cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Aye, the heads of the maids, or their maiden heads, taken in what sense thou wilt.
They must take it, and sense that feel it.
Draw thy tool. Here comes the house of the Montagues. My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee. How? Turn thy back and run. Fear me not.
No, Mary, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our side. Let them begin.
I will frown as I pass by, and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they take it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say I?
No.
No, sir! I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir. Oh, but
But
if you do, I am for you, sir. I serve as good a man as you. No better. Well, sir.
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, sir. Better.
You lie.
Good job, ye be men. Ha!
Large fools! Put up your swords, you know not what you do.
What? Art thou drawn among these times? Turn me, Benvolio. Upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Either put up your sword and manage it to part these men with me.
Drawn and talk of peace. Great word. Okay, no. All want me. And me. I'm that coward.
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of the neighbored stated steel, will they not listen? What ho! You men! You beasts that quench the fire of your pernicious rage with purple fountains issuing forth from your veins? On pain of torture from those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives will be the forfeit. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Who set this ancient quarrel new abroach? Speak, nephew, where were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary, and yours close fighting ere I did approach. I drew to part them, and in that instant came the fiery Tybalt, his sword prepared, and as he breathed defiance to my ears, swung about his head and cut the winds, who, nothing heard withal, hissed him in scorn. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came on more, and fought on part and part, until the prince came and parted either part.
Where's Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Uncle, an hour before the worship sun did peer forth the golden window of the east, so early walking did I see your son. I made towards him, but he was ware of me and stole into the covert of the woods. Being one too many by my weary self, pursued his humor, not pursuing his, and gladly shunned who gladly fled from me.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew. But as so soon as the sun arise, away from light steals home my heavy son. And private in his chamber pents himself, shuts up his windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humor prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends. If we could learn but whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know.
See whence he comes. So please you, step aside. I'll know his grievance would be much denied.
Would thou wert be happy to hear true shrift.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
Ay, me. Sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. Tell me, what sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which, having, makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor, or I am in love.
Alas, that love, so gentle in view, is so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love, whose view is muffled still, should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh, me, what pray was here? Yet, tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here is much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, O brawling love, O loving hate, a feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep, that is not what this is. This love feel I, that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cuz, I'd rather weep.
Good heart, at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why such is love's transgression? Griefs of mine own lie heavy in thy breast, which thou wilt propagate to have oppressed with more of thine. This love that thou hast shown doth add grief to too much of mine own. Love is a fire, being purged, sparkling in lover's eyes, being vexed, a sea nourished with lover's tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall and a preserving sweet. Farewell, my cuz.
But soft, I will go along. And if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
I am not here. I have lost myself. This is not Romeo. He is some other where.
Tell me in sadness who it is you love.
What, shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan, why no, but sadly tell me who.
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
Well, I ain't so near when I supposed you loved.
A right fair Martin. And she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, is soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you miss. She will not be hit with Cupid's arrow, she hath Dian's wit. And in strong proof of chastity, well armed against love's weak, childish bow, she lives uncharmed. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor, that when she dies, beauty dies her store.
So she hath sworn that she will live chaste?
She hath, and in that sparing making huge waste.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me, how shall I forget to think?
By giving liberty unto thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
'Tis the way to call hers exquisite, and question more. These masks that kiss fair ladies' brows, being black, put us in mind they hide the fair. A man that is stricken blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a woman who is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note where I may read who passed that passing fair? Farewell, my cuz. Thou canst not teach me to forget.
I will pay that doctrine or die in debt.
What Montague is bound as well as I, in penalty alike. 'Tis not hard, I think, for men as old as we to keep peace.
Of honorable reckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you lived at odds for so long. But now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
But saying o'er what I said before, my child is yet a stranger to this world. Yet 2 more years within her pride, ere we may think her right to be a bride.
Younger than she, or happy mother's maid?
She is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part. She agreed within her scope of choice lies my consent and fair according voice. Tonight I shall hold an old accustomed feast whereto I've invited many a guest. as do I love and you among the storm. One more most welcome makes my number more. Such comfort as do lusty young men feel when well-appareled April on the hill. Go, Sirrah! Trudge about, through fair Verona, find those persons out, whose names are written here, and to them say, my house and welcome on their pleasures day.
Find them out whose names are written here. I'm to find the persons whose names are here writ, but can never find what the writing person hath here writ. I must have learned in good time. Is your name on this list?
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented and... Good e'en, good fellow.
Good eye, good e'en, good sir, I pray you, can you read?
Mine own fortune and my misery.
Perhaps you learned it without book, but I pray, can you read anything you see?
I, if I know the letters in the language.
Ye say honestly, rest ye merry.
Stay, good fellow, I can read. Senor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselm and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vitruvio. Senor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine. Mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters. My fair niece Rosaline and Lydia. Senor Valencio and his cousin Tybalt. Lucio and the lively Helena. Fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Up.
Whither? To supper?
To our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Oh, indeed, I should have asked thee that before.
Oh, I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great and rich Capulet. If ye be not of the house of Montagues, I pray come crush a cup of wine with us, and rest ye merry.
At this same ancient feast of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so loves with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with an unattained eye compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
I'll go along, with no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now by my maidenhead at 12-year-old, I bade her come. What lamb? What ladybird? God forbid, where is this girl? What Juliet?
Oh no, who calls?
Your mother.
Madam, I am here. What is your will? This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou'st hear our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age up to an hour.
She's not 14.
I would lay 14 of my teeth, but by my teeth be it spoken, I have but 4. She is not 14. How long is it now till Lammastide? On Lammas Day Eve at night shall she be 14, that shall she. Mary, I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake now, 11 years, and she was weaned. I never shall forget it. For of all the days of the year upon that day, I had then laid wormwood into my dug, sitting in the sun under the dove-house wall. My lord and you were then at Mantua, nay, I do bear a brain. But as I said, when it did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dog, and felt it bitter, pretty fool, to see it tetchy and fall out with the dug. Shake, quoth the dove-house, 'twas no need I shall to bid me trudge, and it is 11 years, and she could have stood alone. Nay, by the rood she could have run and waddled about, for even the day before she broke her brow. And then my husband, God be with his soul, he was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face, thou wilt fall backwards when thou hast Morrowind. And by my holy dame, the pretty wretch left crying and said, and I should live 1,000 years, I never shall forget it. Wilt thou not, Julie, quoth he, and pretty fool stinted and said,
I pray thee, hold thy peace.
Peace I have done. God mark thee to his grace. Thou wert the prettiest babe I e'er nursed, that I may live to see thee married once. I have my wish.
Mary, that Mary is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
An honor? Were I not thine only nurse, I would say thou hadst sucked wisdom from thy teat.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady, a very man as all the world. Lady, he is a man of wax.
Verona's summer had not such a flower.
Nay, a flower, and faith a fairy flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. So shall you share all that he doth possess by having him, making yourself no less.
Now less, nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak truthfully. Can you like with Paris, love?
I'll look to like, if looking like he move, but no more deep lie and dart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly. Madam, the guests are come and supper served up. You called when my young lady asked for, and everything in extremity. I must hence to wait. I beseech you, follow straight.
We follow thee. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl. Seek happy nights, the happy days.
Shall the speech be spoken for our excuse? Or shall we on without apology?
The date is out for such prolixity, but let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
I am not for this ambling. Give me the torch. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground. I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced with his shaft, to soar above with his light feathers. And so bound, I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love. Too great oppression for a tender thing. Ah!
Is love a tender thing? It is too rude, too rough, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking and you beat love down. Come, knock and enter, and no sooner in will every man be taken to his legs.
And we mean well going into this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep, while they do dream things true.
True, I talk of dreams,
which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind, who is even now the frozen bosom of the north, and, being angered, puffs away from thence, turning his face to the dew-dropping south.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we will come too late.
Here, too early. For my mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars that shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steerage of my course, direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen.
Strike drum!
Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, gentlemen. Hello, hello. Welcome, gentlemen. My mistresses. Which of you now will deny to dance? Come, musicians, play. More light, you knaves. Turn those tables up. Somebody quench the fires. The room has grown way too hot. Ah, sirrah, this unlooked for sport comes well. Nay, sit, good cousin Capulet. We are long past our dancing days. How long's it been now since you and I last run a mask?
What lady is that which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and in doing so, make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight, for I never saw true beauty until this night.
This, by his voice, should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy. What, dares the slave come hither covered in an antic face, to clear and scorn our solemnity? No, but stuck in honor of my kin to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, come hither in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
Is he that villain Romeo?
Content thee, gentle cuz. Let him alone. He bears himself a portly gentleman. He say the truth. Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for all the wealth in the town do him any disparagement here in my home. Therefore be patient. Let him alone. It is my will, to which if thou respect, to show a fair presence and put off these frowns. There'll be seeming semblance for a feast.
I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. What good man? I say he shall. Am I the master here or you?
Aye, uncle. It's a shame.
Go to. You are saucy boy, is it so indeed? This trick may chance to scathe you. I know what. You must contrary me. Merry 'tis the... Well said, my hearts. You are a prickcox. Be quiet, ops. More light. For shame, I'll make you quiet. Well said, my hearts.
Patience, perforce, and willful color me to make my flesh tremble in their different greeting. I will withdraw. This intrusion shall now seem sweet, but bitter is gone.
I may profane my unworthiest hand, this holy shrine. The gentle sin is this, my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready to stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch. Palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints' lips? And holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim, lips we must use in prayer.
Well, let hands do what lips do. They pray. Grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take. By thine, my lips, my sin is purged.
Have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from thy lips? O trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary Bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and a virtuous. I nursed her daughter who you talked withal, and let me tell ye, he who should lay hold of her shall have the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear Count, my life is my foe's debt.
Away, be gone, while the sport is at the best.
Aye, so I fear, the more is my unrest.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
The son and heir of old Tiberio.
Yes. What's he that is now going out of door?
I think that be young Petruchio.
What's he that follows here, that will not dance? My grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love, sprung from my only hate. Too early, seen unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me, that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
A rhyme I learned even now, with one I danced withal.
Anon, anon! Come, let's away. The strangers all are gone.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out.
Romeo! My cousin, Romeo! Romeo! He is wise, and on my life hath stolen him to bed. Come, he hath ran this way and left the orchard wall. Call, good Mercutio. Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo, humors, madman, passion, lover, appear thou in the likeness of a sign. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead and scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the needs that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us. And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him? This cannot anger him. My invocation is fair and honest. In his mistress's name I conjure only but to raise up him. He hath hid himself among these trees to be consorted with the humorous knight. If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now will he sit under a medlar tree and wish his mistress were that kind of fruit, as maids call medlars when they laugh alone. Oh, Romeo, that she were! Oh, that she were in open arms and thou a pauperate pair! Romeo, good night. I'll to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go? Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here who means not to be found.
and scars, that never felt a wound, but soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I'm too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they shall return. See how she leans that cheek upon that hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks. I'll speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being o'er my head as is a winged messenger of the heaven.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak of this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not Montague. What's Montague? It's nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. It be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. Sir Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo doth thy name, and for that name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I will be new baptized. Hence, I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened a knight so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee.
My
Had
ears,
I it written, I would tear the word.
my ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo? And a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb. The place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls. For stony limits cannot hold out love, and what love can do that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out this place?
By love, that first did prompt me to inquire.
Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. That lovers' perjuries, they say, Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkst I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I vow that silver tips with all these fruit tree tops.
I swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circle orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love...
Well, do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower.
when next we meet. Good night, good night. As sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou revoke it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again. Yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Madam!
I hear some noise from within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed night. I am afeard this being all a night. This is but a dream, too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, by one that will here to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rites. All my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. I come anon, but if thou mean'st not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
By and by I come, to cease thy strife and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes toward love as schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Romeo?
My dear!
I had forgot why I did call thee back.
I will stand here till thou remember it.
I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I will still stay, to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone, and yet no further than a wanton's bird.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. Yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep in peace, so sweet to rest. Hence will I to my ghostly fire's coast sell, his help to crave, and my dear hap to tell.
The gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light, and fleckled darkness, like a drunkard, reels from forth day's path and tightens fiery wheels. Now ere the sun advances, burning eye, the day to cheer, and night stink dew to dry, I must fill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juiced flowers, many for many virtues excellent, none but for some, and yet all different. Oh, mickle is the powerful grace that lies in herbs, plants, stones, and their true qualities, for not so vile that on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this, being smelt with that part, cheers each part. Being tasted, stays all senses with the heart. And where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morrow, Father.
Benedicity, young son, it bids a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
The last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Wast thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father? No! I have forgotten that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son, but where hast thou been then?
Tell thee ere thou ask of me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift.
And plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet, as mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined. Save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we wooed, and made exchange of vow. I'll tell thee as we pass. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis! What a change is here! Is Rosaline, whom thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies not in their hearts, but in their eyes. Their eyes. Jesu Maria, what a deal of brine have washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosaline.
Thou chidest me off for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
And badest me bury love.
Not in a grave, to lay one in and another out to have.
I pray thee, chide not, for this one I love doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well. Thy love did read by rote that could not spell. But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect, all thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not at his father's. I spoke with his man.
Ah, that same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he were sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
Challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master, how he dares being dared.
Oh, alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead. Shot through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind bow boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
What is Tybalt? More than Prince of Cats. Oh, he's the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as using prick song, keeps time, distance, and proportion. He rests his minimum rests. A one, a two, and a third in your bosom. The very butcher of a silk button. A duelist of the very first house of the first and second cause. Ah, the immortal passado, the punto reverso, the hey! Oh, the pox of these antic, lisping, affecting phantasmes, these new tuners of accent. By Jesu, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore. Oh, is it not a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should be thus afflicted with these strange flies, these fashion mongers, these Pardonese, who stand so much of a new form that they cannot sit at ease at the old bench? Ah, their bones, their bones!
Here comes Romeo. Here comes Romeo.
Ah, Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon me, good Mercutio. but my business is great. And in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much to say, such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hand.
Meaning to curtsy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right?
Well then, my pump is a wildflower.
Oh, sure wit! Follow me this jest now till thou hast worn out thy pump, that when the single sole of it is worn, the jest may remain for the wearing, solely singular.
Oh, single-souled jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Why is not this better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable. Now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature. For this driveling love is like a great natural that runs lolling up and down to hide his bauble in a hole.
Oh, stop there, stop there.
Thou desirest me to stop in my tail against the hair.
Thou wouldst else have made thy tail large.
Thou art deceived. I would have made it short, for I was cut to the full depth of my tail, and meant indeed to occupy the argument no longer.
Here's a good gear.
A sail, a sail.
True, a shirt and a smock. Peter! Anon, my fan, Peter. Good Peter, to hide her face, for her fan's the fairer face. God ye good morrow, gentlemen. God ye good e'en fair, gentlewoman. Is it good e'en? 'Tis no less, I tell you, for the body hand of the dial is now upon the break of noon. Upon you, what a man art you? One gentlewoman that God hath made himself to mar. By my troth, it is well said, for himself to mar, quoth he. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you. But young Romeo will be a lot older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for a fault of a worse.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
Abad, abad, abad! Ah, Soho! Romeo, will you to your father's? We'll to dinner thither.
I will follow after you.
Oh, farewell, ancient lady! Oh, lady! Oh, lady! I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman, nurse, who loves to hear himself talk.
Scurvy knave! And thou must stand by too and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure?
I saw no man use you at his pleasure. If I had, my weapon should quickly happen out, I warrant you. I draw as soon as any other man if I see good occurrence in a quarrel, and the law on my side.
Oh, now afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave. Pray you, sir, a word. Now, as I said, my young lady did bid me inquire you out. What she bade me say I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell ye, if ye should lead her to a fool's paradise, as they say, it were truly a gross kind of behavior, as they say, because the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and a very weak dealing.
Commend me to thy mistress and lady. I protest unto thee.
Oh, good heart and eye faith, I will tell her as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What sayest thou, my dear nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which I take it is a very gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come in shrift this afternoon, and there she shall, at Friar Lawrence close cell, be shrived and married.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
Farewell. Be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell. Commend me to thy mistress and lady.
God in heaven bless thee. Hark you, sir.
What sayest thou, my dear nurse?
Well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, Lord, when 'twas a little prating thing. Well, there is a noble man in town, one
Paris would as fain lay night aboard, but she, good soul, would as lief see a toad, a very toad, as see him. I anger her sometimes when I tell her that Paris is the proper man, but I warrant you, when I say so, she looks as pale as any cloud in the versal world. Doth not Rosemary and Romeo begin both with a letter?
Aye, nurse. What of that? Both with an R.
Mother! No, that's the dog's name. R is for the... No, I know it begins with some other letter.
Commend me to thy mistress and lady.
1,000 times. Peter, anon, before and apace.
Clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she'd be as swift in motion as a ball. Thy words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. But old folks, many feigns they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh, come, she comes! Oh, honey, nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Send my man away.
Peter, stay at the gate.
Now, good sweet nurse. Oh, Lord, why look so sad? Though news be sad, yet tell to marry me. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am aweary, give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. What a jaunt have I.
I would thou hast my bones and I thy news. Then come, I pray thee, speak. Good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste! Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast the breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either and I'll say the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo! No, not he. Though his face be better than any other man's, and his leg excels all other man's, and a hand, and a foot, and a body, not be talked upon, but yet our paths compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench. Serve God. Have you dined at home?
Sweet, sweet, sweet nurse. What says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a kind, and a handsome, and a courteous, and I warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
God's lady dear, are you so hot? May I come up, I trow? Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
You're such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to Shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. I am the drudge and toil and your delight, but you will bear the burden soon at night. Go, out to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
High to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not. Amen.
Amen. But come what sorrow can, do thou but close our hands with holy words. Then, love-devouring death, do what he dare. It is enough that I may call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder. Therefore, love moderately, long love doth so. Too swift arises tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady. Oh, so light a foot will ne'er wear out the everlasting flint. A lover may bestride the gossamers that idle in the wanton summer air, and yet not fall. So light is vanity.
Good even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
Ah, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, let music's rich tongue unfold the imagined happiness that either received by both in this dear encounter.
They are but beggars that can count their worth. But my true love is grown to such excess, I cannot so half my wealth.
Come with me. We will make short work, for by your leaves, you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate 2 in 1.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the Capulets abroad, and if we meet we shall not scape a brawl, for now these days is the mad blood stirring.
Come, come, thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And if I were as apt to quarrel as thou art, any man could pay the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
The fee simple? Ah, simple.
By my head, here comes the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me close, for I will talk to them. Good e'en, gentlemen. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us? Couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you shall give me occasion.
Can you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consorts with Romeo.
Consort! What dost thou make us? Minstrels? If thou make minstrels of us, look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's what shall make you dance. Zounds! Come, consort!
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some private place and reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man. Romeo! The love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain I am none. Therefore, farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries thou hast done me. Therefore, turn and draw.
I do protest, I never injured thee. But love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so, good Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as my own, be satisfied.
Oh, come, dishonorable, vile submission! Alice Staccato carries it away. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives.
I'm for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put my rapier
Come,
up.
sir, your persona!
Draw then, Folio. and beats down their weapons. Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage. The prince hath expressly forbidden bandying in Verona streets. Hold, Tybalt! Good Mercutio!
I'm hurt. A plague on both your houses. I am sped. Is he gone? And hath nothing?
What, art thou hurt?
A scratch. Mary, 'tis enough. Benvolio, go. Villain, fetch a surgeon.
Courage, man! The hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor as wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I'm peppered, I warrant, for this world. Plague on both your houses! Soon, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat to scratch a man to death. Braggart, rogue villain who fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil paid you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Oh, then will you help me to some house or I shall faint? A plague on both your houses. Fate once hated me. I haven't. Soundly too. Your houses.
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, had got his mortal hurt in my behalf. Tybalt, my reputation slain with your slander. Tybalt that an hour hath been my kinsman. Oh, Juliet, my beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper softened valor's steel.
Oh, Romeo. Brave Mercutio is dead.
This black day but begins the fight that others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive in triumph. Mercutio slain. But now Tybalt, for Mercutio's soul, is a little way above our heads, waiting for thine to keep him company. Either thou, or I, or both, must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort him here shalt with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, away. Be gone. The citizens are up in Tybalt's lane. Stand not amazed. The prince will doom thee death if thou art taken. Why dost thou stay?
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
noble prince, I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. Here lies the man, slain by young Romeo, who slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, my cousin, oh, my brother's child, oh, prince, oh, cousin, husband, the blood is shed of my dear kinsman. Prince, as thou art true, for blood of ours shed blood of Montague. Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo spoke him fair, his knees humbly bowed, but could not take truce to the unruly spleen of Tybalt, deaf to peace, but that he tilts with piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast. But by and by comes back to Romeo, and to it they go like lightning, for ere I could draw to part them was stout Tybalt slain. And as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false. He speaks not true. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife, and all those 20 could but kill one life. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew Tybalt. Tybalt slew Mercutio. Who doth the price of his dear blood owe?
Not Romeo, prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes what the law must end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, we do exile him hence. I have an interest in your heart's proceeding. Begging and excuses, prayers nor tears will purchase out of abuses. Therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, for when he's found, that hour is his last. Bear hence this body, and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.